Yeah, okay, so you can't eat them because they'll never learn. And this is part three of you can't eat them because they'll never learn, okay? And you've taken the meat apart, and especially if it was a yummy barbecue sauce, and then you realize that your meaty children were just a delivery sauce for a barbecue system. But what I want to say is it's a very isolating experience because existentially speaking, okay, you're looking to an externality, to something external to fulfill you, but you realize quickly, like as soon as you've polished off that last morsel, okay, you can't eat your kids because as soon as you do, they're gone. And you've got a party of 7 to 15 coming over in 6 hours, and now you've got nothing to feed those people. Especially when they find out what it was that you were going to serve them in the first place. Soylent Green. It's a Soylent Green party, and they're like, "I thought you were being ironic." But the point is, it's a very isolating situation because one, now you're alone within the family situation. Your partner's probably gone, and now your friends and family don't believe that you're not going to try and eat their kids. And you could say it till you're blue in the balls that there's not going to be any of that because my kids are, mine. They're mine to do with as I please. And do you see the problem in that? You're like, I would never think that way towards my children, but yeah, how many times have you said because I said so? Because I said so. Why should they inherently respect your word like your the preacher, preacher, the comic book preacher, okay, where there's the demon and the angel, and they get together and they have a baby, and the baby possesses a preacher in the southern United States. I think it's southern United States, and his name was Jesse. And in everything he says, he can give you word of God, and if he says it, you have to do it. Okay. Now, why do you think that's you? Also, you. Why do you think that's you? Okay, like how many times? The only time I've ever really gotten in a fight with my kids, like really bad, is when I get mad because they don't think I'm God. They just laugh at me, and I say, "I'll give you something to laugh about." And then I slip on a banana peel. I slip on ant spray because we sprayed ant spray all over the floor at the back door, and I come out of that back bathroom there, and I whoop de doo right on my ass. Arms flailing around like it was a banana peel, like it was the vaudeville follies. So there was a cane that came later and dragged me off stage. Then there was a juggling act after that, and then a can dance and some very tasteful topless dancers. So, and you're like, well, why would you want to expose your kids to that? And I'm like, well, they see me topless all the time. What's the difference? There is no difference. Okay, but the point is, it's a very isolating experience, and the parents won't believe that you're not trying to eat their children at any opportunity, and it's like, no, 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 I was just, well, okay, that doesn't make it any better. I was going to say I was just in a rage. That's never like it's not an excuse. I'm not saying it's an excuse. It's never a reason that really satisfies. Never really sits well with anyone. Oh, I'm sorry I did that because I was in a rage. And it really depends on what it is. It's like if you sent an angry email or signed gave an extra tip just to spite the server, gave a 40% tip, and like, why'd you do that? I was like, because I was in a rage. And they're like, oh wow, okay, interesting, or whatever. But if you say, oh, I punched a hole in the wall, they're like, why did you do that? Well, I was in a rage. Well, obviously you were. Why'd you eat your kids? Well, they wouldn't listen to me, and it got my goat, and then greatest of all time, I was in a rage, so I ate them up. I made a house full of candy. I waited till they came home, They started eating the gingerbread walls, and I was like, hey, come over here to the oven. Then they pushed me into the oven. Right? They're like, hey, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Excuse me. I'm almost done. So you bent over to touch the drumstick to see if it wiggles. They push you in the oven, and you end up, and I'm gonna sizzle too because all that fat around my middle, it's gonna sizzle and fry. You got to have a drip pan or something to catch that because it's going to burn. It's going to drip onto your elements, and then it's going to burn, and then it's going to smoke, and the smoke alarm's going to go off, and then it's going to be too high to turn off, and then so you're going to smash it with a hammer. You're like, why'd you do that? Well, I was in a rage. I guess I wasn't because I'm in the oven being cooked right now, but you get my point. So don't, if you eat your kids, they'll never learn.